Wonderland Weekly is proud to present Kings Island. Now sit back and have a wonderful trip abroad.
Hey everybody, I'm here at Kings Island. It's just great to be back here. It's been a couple seasons, so no new credits for me. But, it's a really great park. I really enjoy a lot of their rides. First things first, though, a few notes about their entrance here. One, this building, it blocks your view so much. And I know that there's, a kind of restaurant up there that's only used for, special events. But it is, I don't know, just kind of awkward. But I do love that they have the security checkpoints similar to Cedar Point. They have the security checkpoints, and then they have this whole open area here where you can pick up your tickets and go through the front gate. So between those two things, I really want that to come to Wonderland, and I feel like they could do it. Maybe a little bit of a refresh to the front gate. I don't want them to change the building at all, but yeah, of course. We are going to be having so much fun here, including going up to the top of the Eiffel Tower to join those people. Woo! All right, so here on International Street at Kings Island, obviously it's it's the same company that made Wonderland, so a lot of comparisons can be made. One thing, what happened to the trees? They're all newly planted. I know that they just did the huge refresh, but the trees being so small throws me off so much. The Eiffel Tower, nowhere near as iconic as Wonder Mountain, but it is still a nice visual, of course. The fountain looks so different from the last time I was here. It used to be a little higher up. Of course, it had all those center things that I know a lot of people are missing. They were really iconic. I think I understand why they made the changes. Winterfest. It's other than that, it's nice though, and I like that the Eiffel Tower just stands out. There's nothing that you can see around it. The wind secret is behind it, but you can't really see it. So yeah, it's nice. So over here, just gonna check out the best river rafting rides I have ever been on. Whitewater Canyon here at Kings Island. I loved it last time I went on. Not sure if I'm gonna get on it this time, but yeah, I really love it. And starting out, you've got this awesome, vine underpass. I don't know what you call these things, but they're really, really cool. Because they had to redesign the entrance when they built Mystic Timbers a couple seasons ago, then the vines have not filled in yet, but they are starting to really fill in. And yeah, just absolutely fantastic here. Love it. Man, heading up to Whitewater Canyon, I absolutely love this pathway. It's so fantastic being able to get up close to Mystic Timbers, which is such a great coaster. And then, of course, you've got Diamondback, which is a fine B&M Hyper. Not my favorite, but still a fine B&M Hyper, which is never a bad ride. I gotta tell you guys, the speed, the twists, the turns, the smoothness of this wooden coaster. I love it. I want a GCI at Canada's Wonderland. Going over our Whitewater Canyon, I think would be perfect. And this is proof that they can do it. Ooh, what a coaster.
Today is our associate Matthew.
Something just over here by the entrance to the old Tomb Raider the Ride that they had here, which is not the same as Wonderland's Tomb Raider the Ride. But man, the old entrance to it is still here. The ride itself has been closed for quite some time. It's fascinating to me that they built, you know, like this support. Oh, I'm sorry, my camera's freaking out. But it's fascinating that they built like this support like around the entrance here and everything. Like, oh man, it's so funny but sad. And this is their old topspin ride, boost topspin, so similar to Riptide of Sledgehammer, among other rides at Canada's Wonderland. So I just got off of Windseeker here at Kings Island. Definitely a lot of work going on for that Giga. But the thing that I'd really like to talk about is the Kings Mills Antique Autos, which is new for this year, returning from, you know, quite a while ago, back before their old antique cars were removed to make way for Backlot Stunt Coaster, which is a terrible move on Paramount's part. But the thing I'd really like to talk about at the moment is their temporary fences. They have an extension to their queue, and it's these railings that look permanent. It's fantastic. Vortex, why can't you have that? So just over here in Coney Mall, they got some really great little details that they added this year. The Tumblebug Market, you know, references to like other rides, stuff like that. Coney Gas Station, and the I miss you, Orbiter. I miss it so much. So I am over here in X Space. I guess it's not called that anymore, but it was. They have Flight of Fear here, of course. It is currently closed, so there's nothing going on here. Absolutely nothing. Nothing to see. But the fun thing is that they did get rid of Firehawk, and I absolutely love that decision, because when I went on Firehawk 2 years ago, it was as bad as Flight Deck. No, wait, it was worse. I hated it so much. Yeah, so really awful, but you know, nothing else going on here. Alright, so I just got off the racer here at Kings Island. It is an Ace Coaster Classic, credited with, you know, rekindling the desire for roller coasters here. I mean, all over the world, really. Yeah, I don't know. It's a fine coaster. I would never really go out of my way to ride it. But I feel like you do have to go on it at least once. I enjoy dueling coasters a lot more, just because you get more of that playful, you know, back and forth, who's going to win. Whereas this one, you know, whoever's winning at the beginning is probably going to win in the end. But yeah, still incredible that, you know, without this coaster, we wouldn't be where we are today. Just checking out the drop tower here at Kings Island. Obviously, it's a different model than Wonderland's. I love the fact that it has the rotating seats, the spinning seats, as you are going up the tower. But from what I remember, the drop is not quite as intense, and I think that's because everybody's, you know, just on the same ring. But it is great to get those views of, you know, all around the area. And of course, it is a taller drop tower, so the views are even more impressive.
I was on the drop tower.
The good thing is when you stand here, you get a really good view.
holds you up there. This is,
But it's really hot.
yeah, I don't,
All the way through there is like...
they're definitely up there, right? Oh, there they go. If you guys were wondering exactly which day it is that I'm here, you can, first of all, check the thumbnail images. Second of all, July 23rd. They change this out every single day, and it, like, that's amazing to me. Yeah, as much as I love all the gardening, the horticulture, I think, at Canada's Wonderland, I feel like this is something that, like, could be done really easily somewhere, and I would just absolutely love it. So I had to point this out. Outside from what I can tell, every restroom, as they call them, or washroom, as we say in Canada, they have these candy machines, which are kind of funny, but then they also have water bottle refill stations. Absolutely amazing. I love these so much. Wonderland needs seeds. Please, please, please. Anyone who has seen me around the park knows that I carry a very heavy water bottle on one of my belt loops. And yeah, I've had 4 kidney stones in my life. I hate having to fill them as the water fountains here. Please give me one of these refill stations. Alright, so I am here in the Miami River Brew House. I was recommended this by a CP Food blog. And yeah, really, really interesting. They give you these little discs once you order. So you order first, then you get this little disc, and then you can just sit wherever you want. And then they just come around with your food to wherever you are. They can locate you using this little thing. Like, just mind-blowing to me. This is like really, really fantastic. Yeah, looking forward to trying the food here. Hopefully, I imagine it will be very good, but already I am impressed by Kings Island here. So I got my food, tater tots as the side, which apparently comes with just about every meal here, as well as a, called the Big Dog. It's a split dog with yeah, just a bunch of different toppings. It looks really, really good. A little small. All right, closing out night 1 here at Kings Island. Just got off the beast at night. Oh man, it wasn't my first time. It won't be my last. It is such a good experience. Like, by far, greatest coaster experience in the world. Not necessarily greatest coaster, but greatest coaster experience. If you haven't done it yet, you have to get here. You have to go on it. Not when it's like getting dark. Not when it's, you know, bright daylight. No. You have to go on it at night. We waited until after the fireworks, which is why there's nobody left in the park. Yeah, because they had to pause operations for the fireworks and then to walk the track. Oh my goodness. It's worth it. It is so worth it. I just wish that I could go on it more.
10, 9. All right, guys, enjoy your best day ever.
I have no idea what's happening. This is so weird to me. But okay. That's one way to open the park. So I am back here again this morning on a great day here at Kings Island. I'm so confused. Here I am outside of Banshee, the world's longest inverted roller coaster. Oh my goodness, it is so fantastic. I really, really love this ride. I'm gonna get on it today. probably multiple times because it's so good, and I want one at Wonderland.
He's super fast.
All right, I just got off Adventure Express, which is their little, kind of mine ride, I guess. It's such a weird ride, and I mean, I make a lot of jokes about the coasters at Kings Island all wanting to leave the park because they're all like on the outskirts. This is the only ride, I think, well, not the only one, but this is like the best example of it, where it's just, they literally like are like, yep, you gotta go over a bridge, you gotta leave the park in order to get on the ride. And the ending to this ride is the weirdest thing, just going up that lift hill, and you're like, oh yeah, we're getting to the temple now. Yeah, this seems cool. And then the ride just ends. It's so weird. I kind of love it, but at the same time, just what? Why? All right, standing in line here for Vortex, the truly awful, from what I remember, Aero multi-looper and custom multi-looper, I should clarify. And of course, as I'm sure you all know, Vortex was built on the site of the Bat, the former The Bat, which was the very first Aero suspended coaster in the world. So really awesome, all the rumors about, all the talk about Kings Island getting a huge deal, that it was like basically for free to get this ride because of how many issues they had with the original Bat, and you can still see some remnants of it around the area there. Let's see. Oh, there's a footing. There's a footer. There's another footer. All those that are around about here. Just because that's where the ride was, and why would you remove them when you can just, build a new ride over top? Really, really fascinating to be able to look at that. All right, I gotta mentally prepare myself for this truly, truly painful ride. So I just got off the incredibly painful Vortex. It's so bad. All the transitions are just like, they're just truly awful. I don't know. It's like the ride like flattens out and then decides to overcompensate for flattening out as it goes into each turn. I don't like, yep, flat, and then tilts, and I'm just like, what? Why are you doing that over and over again? I told myself I wouldn't go on it again. I think I'm actually going to keep that this time. Never again, Vortex. Never again. All right, I am about to chow down on this Skyline chili, which is like everywhere at Kings Island. So on the dining plan, they give you 2 of these Coney dogs, I think they're called, plus fries. Really, really great deal for for being on the dining plan, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So I am standing over here next to the Coney Mall area, checking out the back side of Backlot Stunt Coaster. Yeah, because, I mean, at Wonderland, you can't really see anything behind it. So obviously, this has got to be a great opportunity. I mean, look, you can see all the billboards here, Beverly Hills sign. Yeah, it's definitely interesting. I don't know. It's pretty great until you start walking literally anywhere along this pathway, like toward the Eiffel Tower. If you're coming from the Eiffel Tower to, like, you just see the back side of these billboards. The nice thing is that they do have the helicopter working, and they do have real fire still going. So that is really, really awesome to see. But you get the backside of all these billboards. you get just, like, this area is so peaceful and serene. Walking along here, I believe their antique cars used to be here. But then you've just got the back side of this ride, which is not a pretty looking ride, especially not from the back. Yeah, this is the worst place ride in the park. It's such a blight on like an otherwise, relatively beautiful park. Like I don't understand it at all. So over here you've got the floral clock, which is really, really awesome, perfectly placed behind the Eiffel Tower. Yeah, really, really nice. I do think that the letters here are supposed to say Kings Island, but they look a little, rough at the moment. But yeah, I really do like the floral clock idea. And then right behind it, as I was just talking about, Backlot Stunt Coaster. This is probably the worst part of it for me, is the backside of the parking garage. It's just awful. Of course, I have to get the classic shot here of Diamondback and its splashdown. I really do like splashdowns. This one feels a little awkward with like it being such a defined pool. Like if it had like, I don't know, sloped in or something, then it probably would have looked like more natural, like you were actually in a natural body of water. But that over there, that little stream coming down the rocks, that's really nice. And it doesn't add anything to the ride experience. It's just kind of a flat stretch of track while you're on it. Maybe if you're in one of the last few rows, then you can feel a little bit, but yeah, it doesn't really affect it. And I'm not disappointed that we don't have one. So I'm going to take you on a bit of a tour of Backlot Stunt Coaster's queue and everything. Odd thing about this ride is although their sign looks much better, like it's just in much better condition than ours, and they do have the fire effects working, the sound effects of the helicopter, they don't have any water here. Like, I guess every park has to just have one thing that's just kind of weird. Oh well. Congested traffic ahead, in case you didn't notice. That sign is amazing, I love it. They've got a bunch of these signs here in the line. Slow. As if you had another option. That's great. Sorry, I'm like trying to move in the line as I'm talking. Yeah, switchback sign. That's great. Yeah, there's a slow sign that is reading for. Except that we do have another option now with fast lane. It's an outdated sign. Let's see, over here we got no line cutting zone. We got, let's see, no sitting on railing. That's just a basic sign. Speed limit is 0.35.
Go ahead.
Anyway, these are all really, really clever in the one-way sign as well. I love these in the line for Backlot.
And I'll ride behind you.
A couple more signs here in the Backlot line. Stop that. And no chickens. Oh man, they're so like simple, but I love little details like this. Man, I absolutely love all the signs in the station here for the piece. Everything from caution, lightly, ignore the screaming, in the woods, everything is fine. Like, just everything. We were at the east side of here. Everything about it is just great. I do find it really, really strange that, like, you have to choose whether you want to sit in the front or back, like, early on. Well, not early, but before you get upstairs. Last chance to escape. Stand over there. There you are. Hopefully you can read all that. Alright, so I just got off Diamondback. Yeah, it is exactly as I remember it. It's a fine B&M Hyper. It's not... It doesn't have anything that really makes it stand out to me. I like Behemoth better just because I like the ending of Behemoth with the multiple heelless seats. So I like that better than Diamondback's ending. Splashdown. Mystic Timbers, man, it is. It's a great wooden coaster. It's probably the best wooden coaster I've been on, excluding the Beast at Night, which is its own whole experience. But I haven't been on that many wooden coasters. So I would love a GCI in my backyard, but you know, because the Beast at Night is here, because, you know, it's a good ride. It's really, really good. But I don't think that it's what this park needed at all. So I enjoy it. I like the shed. I think that it's a fun little addition. And I do love some good twisty wooden track. Outside of that, not much to say. This show is adorable. I love it. It is so fantastic. So glad that they, you know, brought it back or refreshed it for this year. Yeah, all the figures look great, and I love, yeah, I just love every bit of it. Alright, so I have to say, I really enjoy Banshee. It is, it has a fantastic layout. You know, B&M inverts are always good. However, I didn't notice the vest restraints last time I was here in the park 2 years ago, but this time I really did notice, and I now understand what people are talking about with the vest restraints, you know, kind of ruining the experience. I don't, you know, fully agree that it ruins the experience, but I do think that the Yukon Striker versions are much better, far superior. So it's nice to see B&M, you know, loosening up on those a little bit, and, you know, kind of sad to see that Banshee is, you know, affected by it. Let me put it that way. Hopefully, if Wonderland were to ever get a B&M invert, which I really hope that we do, then it will have the Yukon Striker vest restraints instead. So over here in front of Banshee, I had a double dose of bad news. Number one is that the gift shop for Banshee, the photo shop, it used to actually be a gift shop, and sadly, it is now an arcade. A really small arcade, sad, no Banshee merchandise in there, which is really disappointing because the ride is not that old. despite the best restraint, and I really like the iconography of it. So really sad to see that. Second bit of sad news is that when Banshee first opened, they had Banshee ice cream. So it was a blue-purple swirl, as seen on this sign, still seen on this sign. It is no longer available. I'm very, very disappointed by that. I really wanted to try it. I didn't try it last time I was here because I ended up being sick on the second day that we were here. So, yeah, it's just kind of sad to see that that dessert item hasn't been maintained, hasn't been kept around, because it did seem like such a unique little treat. And I really wanted to try it. So one really funny thing about Delirium, their Hoos giant frisbee, which is obviously really, really awesome because Hoos makes great rides, despite them having a little bit of extra downtime. But one weird thing, their logo for it is the exact same as Cyclone, which you may be thinking, well, they're both, you know, the same giant frisbee kind of ride. But the weird thing is that Delirium makes absolutely no sense to have a tornado there. I don't understand. Cyclones, like it makes so much more sense for Cyclone. All right, everyone, I would like to quickly talk about refresh centers in the park. I have to say, Kings Island and Cedar Point both have Wonderland beat. This Coca-Cola marketplace that I know they have at a few different Cedar Fair parks, absolutely incredible. You know, you head inside, which is nice, and a little bit of refreshing break. You have one associate, 6 machines, plus you have bottled drinks, plus you have some chips. Yeah, just really, really great. The fact that this is specifically for drinks, even though I know I did say chips, but the fact that it's, for the most part, specifically for chips, or for drinks, is really, really incredible. Yeah, it means that you have, with 6 machines, you have so many more options to choose to make sure that at least one of them hopefully has what you'd like. They are a little big, but they're not that bad. Certainly better than, for example, the Coca-Cola Oasis that we have, formerly the Coca-Cola Cool Zone, which I always want to call it. But yeah, so just saying, Wonderland, if you could please, please, please get on giving us a Coca-Cola marketplace. That would be great, and also upgrading the other refresh centers. Cedar Point had so many refresh centers. It was amazing. I never went thirsty, and they were practically never closed. You only have one associate working there, and on hot days, I want a drink. I do not want to have to walk around the park figuring out where there is an opening. Great experiences here at both Cedar Point and Kings Island. All right, so I am at the Coney Barbecue, checking out the rotisserie chicken with, I got corn on the cob, but they have 3 different options and every different entree inside that you get on the dining plan. Yes, this is on the dining plan. Comes with a free hush puppy, so which is apparently like fried bread. I am super excited to try this. Yeah, this is on the dining plan. Who remembers this classic ride at Canada's Wonderland? Oh my goodness. Shiva's Fury, later renamed to The Fury. Removed at the end of 2003 in order to make way for Time. Yeah. I love this ride. This was my mom's favorite ride before it was removed. It is a great family flat ride. I have such fond memories of it. I'm excited to go on it again here. And from what I hear, a lot of parts that are being used for this ride are actually from ours, from the Fury. getting close to the end of the day here, checking out, you know, some great shots here with the sun setting, with, you know, Diamondback doing its splashdown, the Eiffel Tower all lit up, and then Diamondback's next train heading out and up the lift hill. How gorgeous is this? Oh. I do really like this shot, this getting these views, which I feel like Wonderland kind of lacks. Certainly you can't get you know, stuff quite like this for Behemoth, but yeah. Also, let's talk briefly about the music. This is what I want for Frontier Canada. Frontier music. Frontier music like this, where it's, you know, new renditions of modern classics, or just modern songs in general, using a different, you know, set of instruments. I think that that's really awesome. And then one other thing I want to mention, completely unrelated, blacktop. I hate blacktop. Kings Island has so much blacktop. They do seem to be getting better with it, but yeah, the blacktop in general is very, I don't know, it looks ugly, dirty almost, and sticky. Yeah, I love Wonderland's pavers. Hope that, you know, Kings Island can eventually transfer over completely to pavers. In the meantime, at least they have these awesome Le Beast footprints here. Awesome. Oh my goodness, how incredible is the lighting package for this season? Oh my goodness, I love it. It's so great. They do all kinds of fun, interesting stuff that, yeah, I don't know. They've got like flickering lights and everything. I'm going to check it out more in a second, but for the moment, I really want to talk about the antique cars here at Kings Island. They are fantastic. I love any set of antique cars where you get to drive, where there is a pedal, where the steering wheel does something. Yeah, it's something that Wonderland doesn't have, and I really wish that they did have. Toki's Jalopies is more scenic, but you know, this one, for example, this set of antique cars, for example, makes up for it with a lot of posters, with, you know, the gas station here, with that fountain out there. Really great. Fantastic. And by the way, there's more of the incredible lighting package settings that they have for it. The I don't know what you call it. The programming for the lights, just really great. But besides that, let's talk about one ride that we do not have at Wonderland that I want us to get immediately. Any year now, I am hoping any year now for a Troika. Look at the lighting package on this guy. It is incredible. Oh my goodness. I love Troikas so much. The ride experience on them, they're a great family ride. They light up the pathway. And I can think of at least one location that I think this would be perfect for. Filling in a Hoos empty plot. So, yeah, my goodness, I could just stare at this all night. It is just incredible what they're able to do. Just checking out the park's classic scrambler here along Coney Mall. Absolutely incredible lighting package, which is something that I've just kind of come to expect from Kings Island. They do an absolutely incredible job with programming these lights for their rides. Yeah, I can't think of anything at Wonderland that's like remotely similar. I guess the closest would be like Soaring Timbers, but that one feels like more sporadic. This one feels more planned out. Yeah, it's just incredible what they're able to do with a classic ride. And with the Eiffel Tower in the background, it creates a great visual here along Coney Mall. Of course, I'm not particularly interested in getting a scrambler for Wonderland. But, you know, I wouldn't be upset if we did. It's just, if it had a lighting package like this, yeah, that would make it better. More of Windseeker's interesting patterns that they're able to do. Just what? Fantastic. Why can't we do that? Oh, look at it. It's fantastic. Sparkling. Even that is like fascinating. Oh man. Okay. That's the last one that I'm going to show off. It's so good. Alright, this is the last time I'm going to point out Kings Island's incredible lighting packages on their rides. But I really, really love the lights on their Monster. I think the green and the orange are such a fun combination. Kind of reminds me of a coaster back home for some reason. But yes, it looks like really, really good, like really perfect for this ride. Yeah. Alright, I wanted to check out some of the games here at Kings Island. The one stood out to me, Goblet Toss. Who remembers this being at Wonderland? I do. I love this. You get the little, like, wiffle balls or whatever they are. You just toss them in there, whatever cup it lands on. Some of them have prizes, some of them are just nothing. But yeah, you get like a whole batch of them. Just toss them in, see where they land, and then you could win a prize. There's a really, really simple game. I loved playing it, but you know, the last one that I remember at Canada's Wonderland was replaced by the Coasters restaurant. Yeah, I feel like I would play this game every once in a while compared to like the ring toss or something, but I guess they give out more prizes for this one compared to those, so yeah, we'll see. We'll see if Wonderland ever brings this game back. I would love it. Alright, so just wanted to shout out the other games here at Kings Island. I don't know which style you prefer. I'm going to miss the show, which is why I'm walking while filming. But, you know, all these being like all together, or whether you like the more sporadic style that, that Wonderland uses. I am more fond of the Wonderland style because I don't feel like quite as bombarded by like, hey, play some games, play some games, play some games. But, you know, I guess if you are playing games, you can play a bunch all at once, which is helpful when you have that that card that they've introduced. Yeah, Cedar Point has this style as well, so clearly this is a popular way to go, but I personally prefer Wonderland. I'm curious what you prefer. I can't believe I haven't talked about it, but the Topiaries. Topiaries at Cedar Point, Topiaries at Kings Island. I really, really love them. I don't understand why Wonderland doesn't have any at all. They've got that one, which is a bell. They've got another one over there, which is the Eiffel Tower, and I'm sorry, I know you can't really see it very well. But there you go. That's it, over there. Sorry for the graininess. It's getting quite dark out. But yeah, I would love to see some Topiaries at Wonderland. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry, I gotta turn that down. Yeah, you know, with Cedar Point, they do a lot more of the Peanuts characters in Topiary form, and that is really, really great. I feel like I'm in the minority, but I do not like these shows. I do not like this stage at the end of International Suite. I feel like it kind of ruins the street not come to Wonderland. Nothing like it. So I just checked out the Royal Finale here at Kings Island, and I gotta say, it's fine. Wonderland fireworks are, you know, so incredible, but the fact that, you know, they've got all the lights going here is really, really nice. I have to say that I'm not a fan of the fact that it's just one song that's playing, but, you know, it doesn't need to be a really long show. My bigger complaint is that you basically have to choose between whether you're going to do the Beast at night or check out the Royal Finale, because, like, the line for the Beast closes, you know, like at 10, and they have to pause operations while the show is going on, and you only get so much time each day to be able to ride the Beast at night. So, yeah, plan accordingly. We did, you know, the Beast at night yesterday, and today checked out the Royal Finale, and that seems to have worked out pretty well, but I would have liked to have gotten, you know, another ride on the Beast at night. Maybe some extended hours, maybe change the time for the Royal Finale, even though I know it is a finale. I don't know. Just something to change that up a little bit. Anyway, that's about it from this year here at Kings Island. Weird to be leaving, but I do miss home. I do miss Canada's Wonderland. So, until next time, have a good one.
Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to like the video, comment with anything you'd like me to cover in the future, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and support me on Patreon so that I can visit more parks and create more wonderful videos.